Listen up, Israel. I have a question for you. Is there an evil spirit in love with you? Let me tell you a story about a daughter of Zion. Her name was Sarah. Now, Sarah was a woman of high integrity, a woman who obeyed the commandments, a woman who loved Yahuwah. But she was going through some serious vexation. And everybody around Sarah accused Sarah of being wicked, mentally disturbed, bipolar, maybe demon-possessed. And Sarah was so distressed by all of this, all of those assessments of her, that she wanted to commit suicide. She contemplated killing herself. But yet, she couldn't find it in her heart to do it because she knew her life had purpose and her life had meaning. There were others who were depending on her, like her father for one, her mother. But yet, all around her were all these voices telling her, "You're no good. You're the problem. You're wicked. You're evil." But what they did not know, nor did Sarah, was that an evil spirit had taken hold of her environment. Because the evil spirit wanted to possess her. It wanted her. It wanted her time. It wanted her attention. It wanted her love. Again, because it had fallen in love with her. But she didn't realize it. All she knew that seemed that everything around her was just falling apart. Every time she thought that she had figured it out, every time she thought that possibly she had a solution, an answer, everyone constantly kept running back and telling her, "No, something is wrong with you. You're responsible." Because guess what this evil spirit was doing to her? It was killing her husband. I know you might say, well, husband sounds kind of weird. In our culture, we know that, our women are not to marry and remarry and remarry. We know better than that. But in this case, they were husbands of hers, but they had never, I guess you'd have to say, consecrated the marriage because they had not had the bed ceremony. I'll say it that way, just to keep it, G-rated. They had not completed the bed ceremony, but they had completed the obligation. And before they can complete the bed ceremony, each one of these men would die. They kept dying. And she didn't understand, and again, all of her matings, all of her associations, everybody around her was saying unto her, "Sarah, this is you. This is your fault. There's something wrong with you." And no matter how she tried to explain to them that she was innocent, nobody wanted to hear what she had to say. And so finally she got to the point where she just said, "Well, maybe I'll just kill myself again." But she realized that that wasn't the answer either, because there were others who were depending upon her. Hallelujah. So ultimately what she decided to do is turn and pray. She sought Yahuwah. She prayed. She went to the window and said, "Yahuwah, help me, guide me, protect me. This is not me. This is something that's influencing me, but it's not me. It's not who I actually am. And everybody think it's me." And y'all heard her prayers. Because she was contrite, she was humble. And rather than stay in her misery state, in that state of depression, rejection, she just trusted Yahuwah. Or I guess maybe it would easier be said in a moment of clarity. And what Yahuwah did, he sent Raphael, an angel, to her. And the angel explained to her and to others, "No, Sarah, this is not you. There's a demon, or evil spirit, or evil ruach that is falling in love with you. And that's why you're being oppressed. You're not possessed. You're being oppressed. But you're not aware of what that oppression because you're listening to what people are saying instead of turning to Yahuwah. But now, since you have turned to Yahuwah and put all your faith and your trust into Yahuwah, Now Yahuwah is going to send down to you the solution to your problems. He's going to answer. He's going to come and fight on behalf of you. He's going to send Raphael. And so Raphael came. And he fought for her. Ultimately showed her the solution. Sent to her Tobit, because you can find this story in the book of Tobit, chapter 3. And it goes on to the rest of Tobit, but you can find the core of the story, the message I just shared, or the information I just shared with you in Tobit, chapter 3. And ultimately, she was delivered. She was freed and redeemed. Now, why is this important for us, other than knowing about our history, of course? Many of our brothers and sisters are fighting that same fight, the fight of depression, the fight of suicidal thoughts, the fight of inconsistency, giving up, wanting to quit. I've been trusting you, and I've been trying and reading my book, Elder. I'm doing all these things, Elder, but nothing is changing for me. I take 2 steps forward and 10 steps backwards. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you necessarily. But my doctor says I'm bipolar. My doctor says I'm maniac. I'm a manic depressive. Saying that I have an attention issue. They have to be right. No, they don't. They could be sincerely wrong. We have been trained and taught to turn to the experts around us to diagnose us far too often, brothers and sisters. Our book told us, Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse what? Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 11. Learn not the ways of the nations around you. Well, the nations around you, they love to diagnose us, analyze us, tell us what's wrong with us. And because many of us have not learned to love Yahuwah with all our heart, all our mind, and all our strength, we tend to trust their judgment, their analysis. We tend to go the way that they prescribe to us, even when it comes down to, jabbing us up or drugging us out. Take this, and this will make you feel better. Take this, and you'll forget about your problems. Take this, and it'll put you in zombie land. But here's what I'm saying to my brothers and sisters. The true healing medicines come from obedience to Yah's Torah and Yah's commandments. The redemption comes in consistency, persistency. You got to know who you are, my brothers and sisters, and you got to believe it with all your heart, all your mind, and all your strength that Yahuwah can heal any and everything. But you had to turn to him. Long as Sarah was listening to everybody else telling her what was wrong with her, she had a victimized mentality. Hell, she even believed what they were saying to some degree. Whether, she didn't buy into it, but she just had to accept it because she started fighting them. It was only when she had that moment of clarity and recognized, before I do something so bad I cannot fix it, I better turn to Yahuwah. I better turn to my creator, my sovereign Elohim, the one and only true healer. Again, Jeremiah 30 tells us about this. Start reading the Jeremiah chapter 30. Read Jeremiah from 13 down to about verse 21. For all of you who may be fighting off depression, fighting off, thoughts of suicide, etc. Now, I'm not a medical expert, so let me qualify this so that there's no one in the YouTube where this is for educational purposes only. But Yasharel, my brothers and sisters, Yah word is true. It's pure. They can't change it. They have tried, and they tried. Like that old Lay's potato chip commercial. I know y'all know I'm going to give you the jingle. Lay's potato chips. No one could eat just one. I tried, but I just couldn't do it. No one could eat just one. Forget about, trying and turn to Yah and start thinking about trusting. And stay trusting, stay resilient, stay persistent. Because I fear some of my brothers and sisters, you have started the right way, But because you haven't gotten the answer that you wanted, and because situations have not changed, then you've just succumbed to those, what you would call diagnosis of you, what you were told by the medical experts, trusting their science. So now you have succumbed to their direction, and what you may not be recognizing that you can't serve two masters. You can't serve men and Yah. You're going to have to serve one or the other. So if you think man has the answer, then don't expect Yah to come in with the solution. Don't expect your Raphael to show up. But if you think and you trust and know it all your heart, all your mind and strength that Yahuwah is the way and the only way, then forget about what man says and turn to Yah, turn to his laws, turn to his statutes, turn to his commandments, and expect his power to manifest. What does 2 Chronicles 16:9 says? The Ruhuk, the spirit of the Almighty Yahuwah, goes throughout the whole earth, everywhere, no matter where you might be, your situation might be. It goes everywhere, brothers and sisters, to look, to show itself strong. Y'all know I'm going to do it. On behalf of those whose hearts are perfect towards Yahuwah. That means you got to love him with all your heart, all your mind, all your strength. It means that you have to trust him with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. That's Proverbs, right? Chapter 3, 5 through 7. Trust in Yahuwah with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding, nor theirs, not the naysayers, not the analysts. Trust in Yahuwah with all of your heart. And lean not to your own understanding. Stop trying to figure it out for yourself. Just acknowledge him in everything that you do, morning, noon, and night. And then he's going to show his strength. He's going to send his power. And what you're going to find out, that through your resiliency, through your persistency, like anything else you set your mind to do, the results will match up with your behavior. You will reap what you sow. So when it says trust in Yahuwah with all your heart, lean not to your own understandings, in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will bless you. That's what direct your path means. He will bless you, continually bless you, bless you. No weapon formed against you will prosper. Every tongue that rises up against you to want to acknowledge, to want to analyze you will not work. If they're wrong, no demon will be able to possess you, to fall in love with you. They can fall in love with you, but they will have no influence on your outcome. They will have no influence on your circumstances, your situation. But that's only through Yah, through the example of what we were taught in the book of Tobit. When she finally walked away from all the voices in her head, from all the voices around her, and put her trust strictly on the sovereign Yahuwah, she humbled herself and prayed, sought his face. Then Yah came in and healed her. 2 Chronicles 7:14, in effect, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, all idolatry, all paganism, all divination, all enchantments, I will hear them from heaven, forgive their sins, and then I will do what? Heal them. Heal you, heal you. Heal you, whatever healing you need, whether it's mental, physical, psychological, doesn't matter. Yah is not a respect of demonic forces. There's no power on this earth that's greater than the sovereign power of Yahuwah, our Eluah. And since you're chosen, that means all that power is directed at us. All we have to do is seek him. So some of my brothers and sisters out there, you may be dealing with a lover, undercover lover, that you don't know, who's fallen in love with you, and therefore is causing all kind of issues for you. But by the grace of Yahuwah, you can fight back. When you get a chance, go read, and make that chance soon, Deuteronomy 28. Start reading that chapter, Deuteronomy 28, Start reading at verse 1. Read 1 through 14. And when you get about verse 4, you're going to say, Yah said, I'll bless your body. I'll heal your body. So whether or not you got that, whether or not you're dealing with this, whether or not you don't have a lot of this, talking about resources, Yah can fulfill all of those things that you have need of. He can provide. He will provide. If you got to take it from the wicked, he'll give it to you. What did I say? He said the blessings of the wicked are stored up for the just. I said that right. The wealth of the wicked, not the blessings. Their wicked ass is not blessed. He said the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the just. So he'll take it from them and send it to you. But only when you turn to him. So remember, this depression that you're going through, anxiety that you're feeling, you know, this wanting to quit, wanting to give up. It could be nothing, but it could very well just be an evil spirit that has fallen in love with you and trying to harm you, trying to block Yah's presence from you. Remember, we learned that in the book of Daniel. Remember when Michael had to come and help Gabriel fight against the prince of Persia, who were blocking his prayers, Daniel's prayers. He said, well, it took 21 days. But it didn't matter. Yah still sent them. So don't give up so fast. Don't quit so fast is what your brother is saying to you. It could very well be that. But see, once you find this out and once you trust Yah with all your heart and all your mind and all your strength, you're going to see the power. You'll see why men and women like myself are so resilient, so persistent. We won't give up. We're going to talk about this. We're going to share this. We're going to walk this. We're going to live this. And we're going to teach this till we're gone. That's why we're going to do it, because we already know it's true. We already know the power of Yahuwah. Hallelujah. We know the blessings of Yahuwah making a man rich and add no sorrows with it. So where there's sorrow, there's trouble. Where there's trouble, there are evil forces that's creating those troubles when it comes to Israel. You and I, my brothers and sisters. So yes, the story of Sarah is about a woman, but brothers, don't forget, those demons are no respect of person. Just like they were blocking her or attempting to block her, because Yah had a blessing for Sarah. His name was Tobit Jr. They didn't want him to have her. They didn't want her to have him. But they were in violation. Those demon spirits were in violation. And Yah said, no, 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 no. Whatever they send, if it's not what I blessed, I will curse. Hallelujah. So when you see all these curses around you, just recognize, no, these are evil spirits. And except you cater to those spirits, except you surrender to those spirits, those are diagnostics, their analytics, or whatever they want to say about you, except you accept that, they cannot continue to rule over you. But you have to know this truth. You have to be willing to embrace it. You have to be willing to be resilient. You have to have a I'm not quitting, come hell or high water spirit about yourself. A determination, a resolve. And don't think you can do this by yourself, because she couldn't do it by herself. Yah had to send someone to help her. And then he gave her someone to strengthen her. He gave her her man, the one that Yah had chosen for her. Hallelujah. And she remained strong. Throughout, they were blessed, the two of them. And Yah, again, is no respecter of person, so guess what? If he did it for one, he'll do it for all of us. But there is a standard, there is an expectation. Hallelujah. And man does not have the answer. If men had the answer, brothers and sisters, there would not be a problem on this wicked earth. We know better than that. The solution to any problem is Yahuwah and his judgments and his justice. Hallelujah. And you're not going to know his judgment or his justice if you're not studying his Torah and obeying it. Learning and growing with other like-minded brothers and sisters. Hallelujah. One to put 1,000 to fight 2, 10,000, 3,000, whatever number you might have. Think about it. We can do some serious damage in these last days that we're in. All of our blessings don't have to come when we go to the next place. We can get some of them blessings right here. Hallelujah. Again, the blessings of Yahuwah make it a man rich and add no sorrow. But if you're fighting against depression, you're fighting against, the spirit of giving up, quitting. I tried, again, I just can't seem to get nothing right. Every time I take one step forward, I fall back two. That very well, again, could nothing be nothing but an evil spirit that has fallen in love with you, my brother. And the spirits are, not gender specific. In other words, they don't care if you're a male or a female. Hallelujah. What they care is that you're Yasharel, and they don't want you to be a witness to others that you can win. But Yah wrote all those testimonies in his book. We talked about that in the book of Jubilees. Not only do we read his Torah, we read the testimonies. That's the rest of the Tanakh. The rest of the Tanakh. We read the Tanakh because the Tanakh, along with the Torah, but the Tanakh is the testimonies of those who walked by Yah's Torah and those who rejected Yah's Torah and what happened to them as well. Hallelujah. Thank you, Yahuwah, for our history book. But again, when our book says no weapon formed against you will prosper, and every tongue that rises up against you, Isaiah 54:17, brothers and sisters, whether you're experiencing that or not, that is the truth. Again, how do you know if you won't fight back? How do you know if you're just going to listen to the voices in your head and the voices around you and just go off of the evidence that's happening? No, you got to reject the evidence. You got to reject those voices around you, and you got to reject those voices in your head, and you got to trust Yahuwah and Yahuwah alone. If you want to see what David was talking about, the strength of Yahuwah teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight, Psalms 144. If you want to feel that strength, then you have to be single-minded, you have to be determined, and you got to put out all those diagnoses, all those who want to, analyze you, tell you what's wrong with you. Those spirits in your head telling you things. You got to rebuke that, reject that, and put your mind on Yah. Hallelujah. And trust those of us who love you enough to tell you the truth, by the way. Who's not going to sweeten the words for you, because you're like you don't know how to stand in the fire. We can do it. What Isaiah 43 said, what? Yah said, I'll beat you with you in the fire, and the fire will not kindle you or leave any scars or scorches on you, is what he's talking about. Isaiah 43, and what is that? 2. Hallelujah. My job is to bring it out as a messenger. My job is to bring it out as one of your elders. My job is to bring it out because I'm going to live it out. And I'm not going to keep it to myself. Hallelujah. So I hope this helps. Again, brothers and sisters, if you're dealing with giving up, dealing with quitting, thinking that you can't do anything right, every time you try, you fail. What I'm saying to you, try harder. Be smarter. As a matter of fact, I'm telling you, be smarter and try harder. And that intelligence, that wisdom come in your acknowledgement of Yahuwah and him as your solution alone. And be willing to learn. Be willing to fight back. Don't give up. Don't quit. Stay the course. Like anything else you set your hand to do, if you do it consistently, you're going to get results. Good or bad, but you will get the results. So why not give Yah the same love? Why not give his Torah the same dedication? Why not put your trust in Yahuwah? You've tried everything else, it's not working. Ultimately, that's what Sarah figured out. She thought about it again. Her brain, her mind was playing some vicious tricks on her. Telling her, no, just take your life. It ain't worth living. Everybody thinks you this, everybody thinks you that, everybody's got this to say about you, everybody want to bring up your past, everybody want to tell you you're unfit to be a good husband, a good father, a good mother, good daughter, good wife, etc. Block them out. Hell, they don't know what the hell they're talking about any damn way, no more than you do. Hallelujah. Don't ever forget that. All these so-called experts having these idiots on drugs, narcotics, and got little voices in their head talking to them too, so you're not alone. But the difference between you and them is that you can know the sovereign Yahuwah and see his power. where they continue to reject it for a lesser God if they believe in anything. They trust their religion. We trust Yahuwah. Put your trust in Yahuwah, and he will show you his strength in your going out and in your coming in. Hallelujah. All right. Peace and love to my brothers and sisters of Yahshua. You're your elder here. Public service, announcement, for lack of a better word. All right. So thank you, my brothers and sisters. All right. For all y'all out there, don't forget to support your brother. All right. Appreciate you. All right. Thumb up this message. Push it out. Even more importantly. Elder DFG. Shalom, Yahshua.